So it looks like I'm gonna have to switch. Yeah, we'll switch accounts. It's like it doesn't want. It's literally like it doesn't want me to share it. That's so weird. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Make sure you're liking. Happy Saturday. No, we're not Saturday. It's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, guys. All right, so we're gonna get started here. Make sure you're subscribed on your way in or your way out on YouTube. We're on Spotify, YouTube, TikTok. We're everywhere. All right, so here's a reality. This is what we're going to be talking about today. You definitely are going to be thinking the way that you feel. The way you think is going to be definitely reflective about the way you feel, and we're going to talk about that today. Is that real, and how does that affect you? How does that affect you, if at all? Make sure you like, share, subscribe on YouTube. I'll see you guys here soon. We're getting ready to start in 3, 2. We think exactly the way we feel, and that's the question you got to ask yourself. What if the way you think is still shaped by the way you feel? In this episode, we're going to basically break this down and how you're going to go through your past pains and your heartaches and failures, and how you're going to rewire those patterns and your thought patterns, and how coaching helps untangle this trauma and these loops that you've allowed yourself to go through due to that trauma. And some, let's just face it, sometimes a lot of the trauma that we've been through, it keeps us stuck. And I know how that is because I've been through trauma and I've been stuck. And this is, this one's not just about mindset. This is about healing the memory that formed it. Today we're going to go over 5 key points that's going to share with you the way you think is reflective of the way you feel. The way you feel is reflective of how you think. And number one of those key sets is your mindset. Your mindset was molded, right, in the fall, in the trauma, in the fire. The way you think and the way you feel was molded by things that have happened to you. It hasn't allowed you to think freely. But thought patterns are often shaped by those moments, by those traumas, and they, it feels like betrayal. It feels like loss. But, in the back of our minds, that trauma has become our mental foundation. Number 2, throughout all of this, you may have stayed silent, even made some agreements, some silent agreements with yourself. And when we fall, we make these inner vows just to protect ourselves. This is a safety mechanism. And, we never really get a chance to break through and get to the other side. And through coaching and trust, these things are possible. Sometimes these things become unconscious and they become our rules and our, let's just face it, they start to control our behavior and the way we think. Right? So, number 3. The wounds become your voice, and you don't want that. As your wounds become unchecked, unhinged, taken care of, those moments can affect the rest of your life, the way you treat people, the way you approach things, right? But guess what? When you really start coaching and getting calls and start reflecting on what's not working and what is working for you and what's possible, your life can change forever. And that's what a good coach is going to help you do. Having a coach is going to help you trace back your thoughts to the original story that prevented you from seeing who you really were. Once you see where you've gone and where you came from, you can finally choose something new, something brand new. And guess what we know? Healing changes the way you think. True healing does, at least. True healing isn't about forgetting the fall. It's about reclaiming your mind from those moments that you failed, from the moments that didn't work, from the moments of disappointment, the failed marriages, the lost children. When your thinking evolves, you stop reacting and you start creating. Listen, if you're tired of thinking like your past is somehow controlling your future, it's time to work with someone who sees your future not as something in far away, but something that's obtainable for you. So I'm going to encourage you to book your one-on-one breakthrough session with me. Book your clarity call today. Go to GeraldFears.com and let's start rewriting the story behind your thoughts. Let's start really going deeper and figuring out, can I really get control of the way I think and the way I feel, and is that really affecting my day-to-day life? And how is that showing up for me? Most people don't realize, their mindsets, it didn't start with bad intentions, but sometimes bad things happen and it shapes our minds, those heartbreaks, those betrayals, those failures. And I'm here to let you know that those things don't have to shape the way you think. You can think another thought. You can believe another thing. You can shape your destiny in the present moment. Your past trauma does not have to define the rest of your life. And in this episode, you're going to see how we've broken down how the past wounds silently shape your present thoughts. And why healing isn't just an emotional thing, it's mental reprogramming. Healing isn't just something that's emotional. This is mental reprogramming yourself. You don't need more motivation. You need to understand that this moment, your thinking can change. Let's go deep. Let's break these patterns. Let's think beyond the fall of the moment of trauma that you've had. If you're ready to stop thinking like your past starts later, go and book your clarity call. Go to GeraldFears.com. If you're ready to start right now, if you're tired of waiting for the future and you're realizing, wait a minute, I can just start now. I don't have to wait until everything's perfect. I can figure out where I want to go and what I want to do with my life right now. Your transformation starts with one bold decision. I'll see you guys on the call. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Spotify, Apple, YouTube. Fearless Conversations. Another episode. I'll see you guys soon. Retouch. Touch. Touch. Yeah. All right. Another one. Another one. DJ Khaled. Thank you guys for joining, subscribing on YouTube. I'll see you guys over here. I am on I'm on Riverside here. The way we think equals the way we feel. And now we're going to go over, I can all copy, thinking greater than you feel, which is a topic I'm really, really excited about, because a lot of times it's harder to think greater than you feel in the moment unless you taught yourself how to think greater than you feel, and we're going to talk about that today. Thinking greater than you feel. Thinking greater than you feel. Yo, you're just too good to be true. I can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. Alright, you guys ready? No, that is not what I was supposed to be talking about. That's not what we're doing. That's not what we're doing, buddy. What are you doing, buds? Ugh. Thinking greater than the way you feel. That's something that we all are going to have to master. Emotion is not going to be your leader. And guess what? You don't have to follow every single feeling. Your ability to think with clarity can be overrode all the time by your emotions, by the way you feel. Your ability to see things clearly, to be able to see through the chaos can be overwhelming, especially when you make your mind the captain. You see, mastering the gap between your trigger and your responses is going to be key to thinking greater than the way you feel. Sometimes emotions are going to pop up and you're going to have to think your way out of the way you feel. Emotional intelligence is built by slowing down your reactions and responding with intentions. Slowing down your reaction and responding with intentions. If you're going to be thinking greater than the way you feel, your mental elevation beats it can't be stagnant. Your mental health, your mental well-being, it starts with you moving ahead of your mood. When you realize that you're not feeling great, you're going to go ahead of that feeling. You're going to say, you know what, I know I don't feel good, but I'm going to think a greater thought. You have to lead your brain into better emotions and not leave your brain stuck there, not feeling great, not feeling excited, not feeling motivated. Because sometimes we're not going to feel like things are great. But you're going to be able to think your way through that and realize, wait a minute, I can think greater than the way I feel. I don't have to constantly do this. I don't have to stay in these emotions and feelings. Let's just be honest, your feelings can lie to you, but your visions, what you see, does not lie. Your vision will require you to move forward when you don't feel like it. Discipline isn't about feeling ready. It's about choosing what's aligned with your future. Discipline isn't about feeling ready. You may not be feeling ready to get a coach. You may not be feeling ready to pay the cost, but your future is waiting for you to say yes. You have to think higher thoughts in order to live higher. If you want to tap into a greater side of yourself, a self of you that you've never seen, you're going to have to do things that are greater than what you've ever done. You're going to have to think, listen, your thoughts have gotten you to right where you are right now. If you're not excited about your life and you're ready to cross over, you have to change your life by thinking beyond what's temporary. If you're ready to master your mind and you're ready to just stop letting your emotions override you and drive the wheel of your life, apply for your one-on-one session with me. Say, you know what, Gerald, I really need help trying to figure out how to get control of the way I think, the way my emotions are leading me and guiding me. I can't seem to think greater than the way I feel, Gerald. I can't seem to get out of this. If you're struggling with your mindset, you don't have to go through that. You can say, you know what, I'm going to tap the link below. I'm going to go to GeraldFears.com. I'm going to book my one-on-one clarity call. And we're going to train your mindset to think greater than the way you feel. Because let's just face it, guys. Here's what I know. Because breakthrough, it lives on the other side of emotional mastery. Your breakthrough is on the other side of you mastering your emotions. How do I know that? Once you get control of the way you feel, you can get control of the way you think. Once you get control of the way you think, you can get control of the way you feel. When those two things are cohesive, when they're together, you're unstoppable. But here's what I know. If you don't have the right tools, the techniques, and strategies, you're not going to be able to think greater than the way you feel. It's impossible. Who taught you? You have to unlearn everything that isn't serving you, that hasn't allowed you to reach your highest level of potential. Make sure you're going to Spotify. Make sure you're going to YouTube. Make sure you're subscribing to Apple Podcasts. So that way you can share these episodes with someone who really feels like, you know what, I really want a greater future, but I just don't know how. Share this with someone who's feeling that way. Thinking greater than the way you feel has to be practiced. It has to be taught. Your emotions are real, but they're not always right. You don't have to believe everything you feel. In this episode, we're flipping that script on how you move through your life, learning how to stop reacting and start thinking bigger. And finally, for God's sakes, making decisions that match your vision and not your mood. If you're tired of being emotionally hijacked, emotionally all over the place, emotionally unavailable, this one is for you. Control the moment by controlling your thoughts. Train your thoughts to lead. And you're going to do that by getting a coach to help you learn how to break your cycles of emotional sabotage. Listen, think higher, feel deeper, move smarter. But in order to do these things, you're going to have to get a coach. You're going to have to do something you're going to have to invest in yourself and believe that you're worth it. If you're ready to train your mind and go to the next level, go apply for the one-on-one coaching now. Go to GeraldFears.com. GeraldFears.com. Go there. Go to Spotify. Go to Apple. Reach out to, hey, Gerald, I really need help. I really need help thinking greater than the way I feel. I hope this message reaches you guys. Make sure you go to subscribe, Spotify, YouTube, Apple. I see you guys soon. Yo.